Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Thursday, and we are doing our mystery school for self mastery practices. And today we're going to go experiential. A lot of what we cover is deep processing and consciousness, and a lot of the mental sphere and emotional sphere. And today we're actually going to be talking about and working with directly our nervous system and our vagus nerve. This can be looked at as a part two of Light Body 101. So we had the Light Body 101 masterclass here, which is available for you to watch on the channel, where we talked all about the light body and our nervous system and how it is vital for us to have nervous system regulation and also emotional regulation so that we can start to be more consciously in charge of our energy and thus our energy bodies and start to kick on our light body and access even higher fields of resonance to be conscious creators here, to have a much more positive, beautiful, amazing, soul aligned life experience. What's very important for us to realize is that many of us, essentially all of us, until we start doing the physical work, the physical ascension portion of the journey, and mindfully, consciously, heartfully, working on regulating our nervous system through various body therapies, somatic practices. These can include breath work, massage, cupping, self-touch, and some of the wonderful exercises that I'm going to share with you today that are so simple, that are a great way to just start your day, right? If we are not taking the time and devoting the self-care to these practices, I can guarantee you that you're still existing and living from deeper repressed aspects of your subconscious and trauma patterns. It starts to become very interesting as we go deeper on the journey of consciousness and self realization when we begin to use our external reality as a mirror to see within more deeply, because essentially our external reality is created from the subconscious and our unconscious aspects of self, the core belief systems, the core operating systems. If we want to look at ourselves as like a crystalline computer matrix system, of your own reality, your own life experiences, all of the different codes and aspects of your being, that it's all done on autopilot. And now we are beginning the deeper work, kind of part two of the physical embodiment of the light, which means that we must work with our nervous system. And the rewards are great for this. And what's really cool is everything I'm going to show you today, you can do in 5 minutes or less in the morning, maybe before even getting out of bed, and you will feel an immediate difference. So I like to describe our physical body here. It is the house of the soul, right? It is the seat, it is the temple for our soul, it is the vehicle for our awakening, it is a light ship here on earth. And when we get hit with these influxes of photonic light, you could observe feeling anxiety or emotional intensity or some kind of psychological stress or some issue, or observing something coming up, a dormant memory or an experience or an emotion just coming up out of nowhere, triggers, right? These are showing us essentially the baseline that our nervous system is operating at, which isn't the highest. Our highest place would be a beautiful, deep peace and ease and this grounded, stable strength, a quiet strength, a beautiful silence full of grace deep within our being, versus feeling on edge or very easily triggered or reactive to something. So these are ways for you to start to just observe where you are, depending on your unique life experience and everything that makes up the beautiful amalgam of light that you are at soul level. It's going to be different. Some of us have experienced more trauma in this life cycle than others. But what we want to do is update, upgrade our operating system and establish a new baseline. Essentially, the foundation, which we all have been functioning from, is of the old paradigm, the old reality. So, this is the deep work to rebuild an entirely new foundation based on your authentic beingness, truth, love, strength, pure power, grace, and connection. So, That was a long intro, but I just wanted to try to give you as much of a simple but multidimensional overview of how important all of this is for our evolution, because the body houses the light. And in order to access higher voltage and more capacity to see and perceive and to be a conscious creator and to run phenomenal amounts of light and energy through our bodies, we have to unify ourselves, right? So the body is often, I call it the last frontier, because we're working through our consciousness, our psyche, our personality, surrendering our egos, ascending all these aspects of our being through the internal. And now it's about the physical. It's about entering New Earth fully now, unified physically, and creating that reality, that New Earth frequency here for you, and to share this with others to create New Earth through the heart space from a beautiful, unified, and authentic place. And I like to have the visual of our nervous system and our physical body is like this sweet, kind of vulnerable little mammal creature, and it's shivering in the wind sometimes. It needs to feel safe, nurtured, loved, supported, and held, right? So we're doing this for ourselves through these practices, because when your nervous system and your body feel safe, your energy can expand and you can ascend to incredibly beautiful, vast, great heights in what is possible for you and what you came here to experience. So now, without further ado, here are some amazing exercises. I hesitate to even call them exercises, but practices that you can do first thing in the morning and anytime that you start to notice something like an adrenaline rush or your nervous system just going into some form of a high gear for you where you feel you're off your center. And this will essentially calm your nervous system. So, number one, first thing, you could not even have to sit up yet out of bed to start with this one, is just massaging the ears. So, you're going to just very gently just breathe and just very gently massage. You're starting with the lower lobes, and you can pull. You can also gently put your fingers inside and start to pull out gently to the side, feeling like you're getting some space in the inner ear canal, and just massaging. Start to go up to the tippy top. What's really cool to know about your ears is that if you imagine a baby in utero, upside down in the womb, that is the same reflexology anatomy of your earlobe. So this would be the head, this would be the spine, and all the organs are in here. So if you imagine an upside down miniature little baby, that's actually a full body gritting system that you are now activating and assisting in regulation just by massaging your ears. So that's the first one that can be so nice, just so relaxing already. You start to feel, ooh, I feel more present. I feel more anchored. I actually feel like I can feel my feet, like you really start to feel yourself, your consciousness, your energy descending into the body. The next is just gently massaging the sides of the neck. And I like to make like kind of like rolled fists, not really, and use the knuckles here and just very gently kind of going along here. So kind of behind the ears and just down the sides of the neck. Again, just breathing and going down. This also supports you with moving lymph, which is really important. Gently just massaging down the sides of the neck. And each one of these practices you could do for like 17 seconds or more. You may find you want to do each one for a few minutes because it can be so satisfying. And I also recommend doing these at the end of the day too. So to start your day and to end your day. Very good. Wonderful. Feels really nice. And then you can kind of just pull the energy down into the collarbones here and give it a little wiggle. Just move that prana. Just breathe. And then, okay, look, oh, our hands are already here at our collarbones. So we could do a little bit of gentle tapping here at the thymus and at the higher heart here. Just breathing. Little body drumming here. Really feeling, connecting with your heart, with your chest, releasing anything that you're carrying. We store grief here, concern, worry, fear, right? Wonderful. And another that I really like to do is actually press on my chest. So I'll put one palm down here at my sternum and then the other on top, and I'll actually press in quite firmly. And you want to go lower, actually, more towards the breastbone. And just breathe and just apply pressure, whatever feels good to you, whatever amount feels good to you. I like to do it pretty hard, and it almost feels like I'm pressing myself, I'm connecting with my heart. It's almost like I'm pressing myself with comfort back into my body, that it's safe to be here, right? So there's a nourishment here, a grounding and a stabilizing. And then after I press, I like to rub. Just rub my chest. And this can be very soothing action. So you'll notice a lot of these are things that we probably may have enjoyed as very young children and babies, and some of us not, if we experience neglect or grown-ups who were not present with us, right? So you see how powerful this can be for multiple levels of supporting on a holographic level or quantum level, multiple aspects of our being, the inner child, the stressed out parts, any of the trauma parts, and our energy and our nervous system, and thus magnetizing and increasing our light fields as well. So that's very good. Another one I love to do is just cross your body and hold your left shoulder and just let your hand just you're kind of gently gripping, but just relax your hand on your shoulder and just feel like, oh yeah, it's like the universe or Father, Mother, God has their hand on your shoulder. You know, oftentimes we will comfort each other, greeting each other this way. And you can feel the action. It's grounding the energy down and through the body, making us feel safe and more centered, comfortable perhaps in our roots. And you may have a favorite shoulder. So I'm going to do both just for the sake of symmetry. For me, the left one, I always feel much faster and right away. The left is the feminine side, the receptive side of the body, the yin or the black in the yin yang. The black is the magnetic, the yin force, and the receptive. So it's easier for me on the left, but the right can be good too, because then you're giving your left, your feminine side, the opportunity to balance with your masculine side. And so the right side of the body is the yang, the white, and the masculine energy and the future, and the left is the past. So this could be, you'll start to play with the halves of the body, right? So left is past, right is future, left is feminine, right is masculine. Perhaps you experiment even with little things like which hand you're using to brush your teeth or open the doorknob, and that will actually assist with the rewiring of your brain. All right, great. So those are some amazing practices there. Massaging the head, just a gentle, I like to go in at the temples a lot. I always feel a lot of tension around my temples, and then just going around the scalp, just breathing. And you may have noticed with even just a few of these or one of these, an expansion in your energy field. And then one more that can be really helpful, perhaps when maybe you're out in public, you could even do this in your car when you're at a red light, or is just press here. There's a point, there's a very powerful circuit, an energetic seal here between the nose and your cupid's bow of your lip. So you're going to press right in there, pressing that part up against your teeth gently, the top of your teeth, and just breathing. So that's another very powerful yogic trigger point that works with a lot of energetic biocircuitry to help you, okay, then you feel like, oh my gosh, yes, I feel prepped, I feel present, I feel nurtured, I feel calm. And this may support you again multiple times throughout the day. It's important for us to remember these small moments here can enhance your presence, your overall consciousness, your ability to stay present, to also choose and take action from your most aligned and conscious space, and ultimately just feel more prepared, more in your peace and love and in your truth every single day. If you really enjoyed this practice, you may really also be interested in checking out Light Body Prana Yoga. I do offer a free introductory class on the Mystery School site for you to learn all about that. And we're combining breath and very gentle restorative. This is a yin yoga. This isn't a high power yoga. It's not a masculine yang active yoga. It's all about stretching, breathing, opening the body, and it's floor work, which can feel very grounding, very rooted, and also very expansive, as we are just gently opening parts of the body and breathing and working with the rays of light and color and energy. Amazing as well. So if you're feeling called to take your self-care practice to another level, that is a beautiful channeled style of light body care that I was gifted with some of the yogic masters and some of my more Eastern philosophical guides back in 2019 to support us through the rigors of the physical ascension. So thank you so much for joining me for this. Sending you so much love, and I will see you next week for our next class at the Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School for Self Mastery. Namaste.